It's Friday night, folks. It's 9 p.m. And if you think I'm starting this show without that screen full of hell yes, you've got another thing coming. Come on, you know the drill. 10 taps, 4 for the hell, 1 for the space, 4 for the yeah, 1 to put a smile on my face. Come on, people. That's it. I see it. Come on, film a screen. You know the drill. Come on. Come on. I see 6. Come on. I see. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Keep it coming. Come on, my Facebookers. Come on, my Twitchers. Tap those keys. Fill that screen with hell yes. And let's do this. Hey, you cool cats and kittens. How are we? Friday night, 9 o'clock. Mel's got a really big smile on his face. Mel's feeling a lot better with his back tonight. A lot better. Mel won't be drinking tonight, though, even though it is a Friday. Nope. Right. Obviously, yesterday I was in absolute agony, as you saw. I did the appropriate thing. Yeah. And this morning, got on the phone to the GP. They got me an emergency prescription for diazepam. And what shall it? I suffered out, went up to the pharmacy, socially distanced in my queue. There's a lot of people who really don't, considering they're going into a pharmacy for medication, they really don't understand social distancing. Yeah, but I found 1 cough is enough to make sure everyone socially distances around you. So, picked up my medications. I got straight home with my back in bits. I took my first tablet of the day. I'm allowed 3. Yeah, I took my first tablet and then went to bed for 6 hours. Bang, straight out. Yeah, woke up and my back is feeling a lot better. Yeah. Right, just so you know, right. Diazepam is a muscle relaxant. It's used for a lot of things, but basically it dopes you out. Yeah, it relaxes all your muscles. And my back is that bad. Yeah, that my doctor just gives me diazepam when I get a bad back because it's the quickest thing for actually getting me up on my feet and moving about. So, yesterday, like I say, took 1 tablet earlier, woke up about an hour ago. Yeah, and I am feeling a lot better. I'm not out of the woods, to be perfectly honest, but I've been here before. I've taken this medication before. My back problem is an ongoing problem with, you guys will remember, it does reoccur occasionally. Yeah, and it is feeling good. Now, I should say and let you know that to continue my medication, yeah, I also took another tablet, just before the show. Yes. So in about 15 minutes, Mel's going to get quite smiley. We're going to carry on chatting. There's going to be no blades on tonight's show. Yeah, Mel's being sensible. Yeah, but we're going to carry on chatting. We're going to do what we can do with this back. Yeah, but above all, I'm easily 60% better. We've just got the other 40% to go. Yeah. So, fingers crossed. Oh, yeah, we'll be back to normal for tomorrow. Now, obviously not today because basically I woke up, got my tablets and went back to sleep. Yeah. We've got the evening ahead and yesterday I was working on more bookwork. So, yeah, I am being productive. I am doing little things, but this should be entertaining. Good luck, Mel. Medicated Mel is always entertaining. Always entertaining. Are you saying we'll be in for far more silliness today? And it's medically prescribed silliness. Does your chair have a lumbar support, Mel? Might as well get one of those fancy gaming chairs. Do you know, a few people have talked to me about that, and this chair is actually made by one of the gaming companies, but it's an office chair. But at Christmas, I did get Corbin a gaming chair, and I sat in it, and I thought, this thing is damn better than my chair. Yeah, even though this is from the same company. I mean, to be truthful, with the book and everything, and with being ill and all that sort of stuff, I've spent a lot of time in this chair, and I can tell you I'm pretty close to feeling bored, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so I think, I think a gaming chair is a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I was out walking, one sniff of the nose stops someone in their tracks a good long distance away. Yeah, it does. It does. Now, with regards to lumbar support, oh, hot water bottle. That'll do. That'll do it. Yeah. Oh. So, I've been a semi-productive boy. I'm doing this thing where I'm always trying to be productive in this lockdown. Get stuff done. Little bit of channel, lots of book stuff, cleaning up, going through old, right, let's have a look through these pages today. Yeah. Just basically getting things done. Some of my medieval reenactment friends have likened it to spear range and distancing. I don't regret switching out my office chair with a gaming chair during this lockdown. I think I'm going to have to go that way, to be truthful. Maybe a gaming chair with some massage and pads. Do you know what? I think it's this one of these things, isn't it? Yeah, you have to start recognizing that. Come on, you're not a young man anymore, and if you're going to spend it, you've got a back problem, and if you're going to spend it in a lot of time in a seat, you need to start being a little bit more sensible. May I recommend rubbing it with vapor rub and sitting on a heat pad? No, I'm not doing that. Hey, Alex. Right. So, we'll crack on with the show. We'll see how we go. We'll see how long before Mel gets a little bit too smiley and that sort of stuff. Too much sitting in a chair. I know. What you call it? As soon as this resolves, yeah, I'm heading to the studio. Yeah. To be truthful, I find it difficult sitting down. Yeah, when I've got a bad back. Yeah, so because it aggravates it, because it's the sitting down that causes the problem. And so when I get a bad back, even though I'm suffering, I like to be up and about and trying to be movable. I have found that. I have found that it's a lot easier. Yeah, getting up about an hour ago and coming down the stairs and that sort of stuff really did actually work. It was a lot better. So I am hopeful. Yeah, and I am in a lot less pain. That's what cushions are for. Years of thinking they were useless, not anymore. We learn. We live and learn. Oh. Ever considered a table lift so you can work while you're standing? I do. All my tables are propped up in the studio, so I can specifically I prop them up on bricks on breeze blocks. Yeah, so they're higher. So they're standing tables for working. If I work at my table, if I sit down at my table comes to about here on me when I'm sitting down. Yeah, and that's a posture thing. If your table's too low, you bend over too much. Best thing is take muscle relaxants and just walk. Exactly not. That's exactly what I've been doing. Well, I mean, admittedly, I slept, but I didn't sleep well last night, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, because with a back problem, you can never get comfortable. And when it wakes you up, because you've been in a certain position for a little while, it's agony. Yeah, to move again. Yeah. Robbie's saying, I've always worked on my feet, so sitting for a long time and daily has messed me up. Next project is a standing desk for my home. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. That was a little squeak, wasn't it? What a bunch of sufferers we are. We've all been here. Well, I'm not saying we've all been here, but I'm damn sure there's a fair few of my Terrainiacs who suffer the same. Yeah. £120 Bergen, full of ammo. Thanks. I bought a travel cushion lately to sit at my table. Yeah, Mel, maybe you need to get some lab stools or draftsman's chairs for the studio, taller than office chairs. I do, Tam. I have one of those little fold-out chairs, that they have for the breakfast bars, but it folds up. And if I don't want to stand and I do want to sit at my desk, I use that, and then it's a more normal table, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I think what you call it. I think it's one of these things where, as we get old, we spend time. God, I'm sounding like a crony, but you, as hobbyists, we do spend a lot of time sitting and at desks and stuff like that. And a lot of us, do have professional jobs which involve sitting a lot anyway. So, the physio in me says posture is a good thing to look at. Out. Perching stool is bliss. Amen, sister. I have a draftsman's chair. It can aggravate it. Yeah, I can believe that. But I have been, to be truthful, I have been tempted switching over to a posture chair. One of those which are like that, where you sort of kneel on them and they don't have a back support. Yeah, but they're quite expensive. And before I get one of those sorted, I want to try one for a while and see how it is. Yeah, Alan. Yeah, I know that. Being a physio, I understand exactly what you're saying there. And I know you understand my pain, mate. I mean, I think that's one of the saving graces, being a physio. Yeah, I know my back. I know what... I mean, it really annoys me as a physiotherapist when you look at the amount of resources the NHS put into back pain management. And the vast majority of back pain is just spasm. Protective muscle spasm from an initial injury that's just got worse and worse. That's what mine is. I have like a hair trigger spasm process, which like it suddenly decides, now I'm locking you down. And it goes like straight to DEFCON 5. And I've always thought, you know what? If you have back problems, a short course of a muscle relaxant is going to do you a lot more than giving you an appointment for physiotherapy in 3 weeks. Yeah, and by the time you get to the physio, your back is a slab of concrete. And I've got to get my thumbs and I've got to somehow break up all that spasm. Yeah, knowing full well it's just going to respasm when you leave. And 3 days of diazepam, yeah, that person would turn up in the physio department, yeah, with absolutely next to no spasm, and I'd be able to diagnose what the problem was and be able to resolve the actual initial injury. Used to drive me nuts. I mean, do you know what it's like to have to see someone for like 4 or 5 times just to get the spasm out their back so you can find out what's actually wrong with them? And it's like, just give me a just give them 3 days of diazepam. They'll come in with a nice relaxed back. Yeah, they'll have a nice short pain somewhere. That'll tell me exactly where they're hurting, not their entire back in pain. I'll be able to move them about and do my tests and my mobility tests and, my left leg lifts and my slump tests, and I'll be able to properly assess them. Instead, they walk in like their entire upper thorax and pelvis is one block of concrete. And they don't walk in, they waddle in by swinging their legs because they don't have a normal gait. Used to drive me nuts. Yeah, which is why, yeah, when I started having back problems, I had a very frank conversation with my GP. And now I ring them up. Yeah, they go, is it in the back? All right, we'll do your strip. And I get a single strip of diazepam. Have you ever had any chiropractic work? I don't like, joint manipulation, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, to be perfectly honest, joint manipulation, the snapping, the cracking, the clicks and that sort of stuff, it does bugger all. Yeah, yes, it will relieve things in the moment, yeah, but chiropractors and osteopaths, they see people every month to fix them. So they're not making them better, they're maintaining them. Yeah, and it's a bloody good way if you're in private practice of making sure your mortgage gets paid every month, but it's not my style. I have a policy. If you are not significantly better, or I had a policy, yeah, if you weren't significantly better by the 3rd time I saw you, I am not going to be able to help you. We need to refer you. Yeah, I don't use patients as mortgage payments. And listen, if any of you are under the care of a private physiotherapist, chiropractor, osteopath, yeah, and you are seeing them monthly, I would reassess your engagement with that practitioner. Oh. A kneeling chair can help with back pain because you can feel how bad your knees feel. Oh, cat, don't say that. I fractured the lower back years ago, and every so often it flares up. The last 2 times I had physio, it turned it into sciatica. It can. Listen, if any of you have back problems, just go to your doctors and just tell them you've got a mate who's a physio who says you need muscle relaxants. A short course of 2 milligram of diazepam. It's a really low dose. Yeah, it's the lowest dose you can get. But my God, for sorting out back problems, yeah, sure, it's brilliant. Quackery, mate. Quackery. I've always had this thing about therapist-dependent treatment. You know, my policy as a physio was always teach the patient how to manage their condition and how to rehabilitate it and monitor their rehabilitation. You know, therapeutics with physiotherapy should be should be patient-led, not therapist-led. I mean, with no offense, if the only treatment you're really getting is a massage or TENS or ultrasound, you know, or mobilizations, not manipulations, yeah. The difference between a mobilization and a manipulation is a sudden crack at the spine or joint, yeah, with the cracking sound. Yeah, a mobilization is a slow rhythmic motion of the actual facets or the vertebrae or the joint, basically to warm it up, stretch it out a little. It's nowhere near as forceful. Twice a week, Mel. Mate. But no, yeah. My advice is if you do suffer with back pain, go and just go see your doctor, get a short course of muscle relaxants. Yeah, it will pay dividends compared to physio. My neighbour's wife is a physiotherapist, or as he calls her, Physio the terrorist. We have there's 2 ways of mortifying people, right? When you do, because a lot of people can't yeah, I used to mortify people. It's the army black humor, and they go, how do you spell physiotherapist? And you go, physio the rapist. Yeah. Oh, right. Yes, that's essentially what I'm going to do to your body when I get my thumbs into your erector spine. I'm going to violate your muscle tissue. See, don't some chiropractors also make some crazy cure-all claims? A lot of people, there's a lot of misregulation and stuff like that. So, you know. Oh, try get yourself a foam roller and roll your hip flexors every day. Not a chance. My hip flexors are taut as hell. It'd be like twanging a bowstring. That's also one of the problems of being a tall, skinny bloke. Yeah, you have very taut muscles. Watch your Mel. I just tuned in and I was working on a feudal Japanese torii gate and some vignettes for Test of Honor. I think I saw that on on one of the groups. Good work, mate. If you posted a bare wood one, that was nice. I went for an assessment with physio last year, still waiting on the referral, but the exercise he advised has helped me loads in the meantime. Yeah, physios tend, to go for patient-led treatments. Yeah, we teach you how to, do these stretches, do these exercises. You know what I mean? And his meds have kicked in. Yes, they are. They have. They have. I can feel it, to be truthful. See? Look at that. See? That's why I have muscle relaxants. Lean against an active washing machine on spin while on diazepam. You've got some interesting treatment modalities there, Knots. You've been self-treating for a while, haven't you, dude? Right, let's move on from Mel's back, because Mel's back's... I'm feeling better. You can tell that because I've got a smile on my face. Yes, diazepam does make you a bit giggly and a bit smiley. So we're just going to talk. We're just going to have a chat for right now. Alan's saying physio, hydrotherapy, TENS device, acupuncture, diazepam, garble, pentin. What? I don't even know what garble pentin is. Then again, it has been 20 years. It could be a new one. Calling it Knots is a woman. Oh, mystery. No, Knots is not a woman. Or you know, although to be perfectly honest, I could do with one of those personal massages right now, to be perfectly honest. Right. Now, moving on to other medical speak, I'd like, it is Friday, I would like a quick chat. Yeah. It's time for Pammy, the Pandemic Panic Panda. Yeah. Right, Celtic Knox is saying a load of Foamex arrived for basing, not using material before. What's the best glue to stick things to it? Hot glue and super glue will get you a really good bond. PVA, if you rough the surface, yeah, when you're putting your grit down, PVA will bond your grit, but it'll need sealing, mate. Stroke the panda. I'm going to stroke the panda. Yeah. Right. So, where are we? To be truthful, I don't know, what's happened in the world today, because I've spent it medicated, to be perfectly honest. I woke up in pain. I didn't even really look at the news. I went get my medication, and then I was out of it. Happily pain-free out of it. Yeah, so, yeah. So, right. With regards to... knots, yes. With regards to what's going on in the world with regards to COVID and that sort of thing, I don't know. Can someone tell me the breaking news in the UK, please? I've heard a snippet of news. Yeah, and it seems like there's a lot of people there's a lot of worry about the Easter holiday. I've picked up little bits. Okay, Kelt's saying 980 dead in the UK today. Johnson is on the wards now. Right, okay, so Johnson's, yeah, Tam saying 950. Boris is at ICU. Kelly's saying same here. First day I've not watched the daily briefing. Not even sure how Boris is. The panda had a stroke, or was it TIA? Panda's always getting a stroke. We're still under 20k testing. Is that a day? I know that we're looking to... I've been having a few chats, and I'm not even sure if I've already had it, to be truthful. I was looking back, and I was having a chat with a few family members, and we think it may have already gone through the family, the close family. And so I'm really keen to get an antibody test. Now, I did see something about a staggered release. 20 to 30-year-olds being the first ones let out. So, UK, London on decline, but Wales and North going up. I know the West Midlands is a hot spot, but, this is a travelling virus. You have to look at which communities are based where, and we've got a lot of communities, migrant communities and that sort of stuff in the West Midlands. Yeah, so as people travel around the world when it was first brought in, I actually think that's possibly what's happened. I think my son... back in February when he went on a cadet camp. Yeah, I think Corbyn picked it up when he was mixing with a load of kids, because he goes with the West Midlands kids. So I think he may have picked it up back then, and then brought it back to this household. Yeah. Alan saying, my wife had symptoms before Crimbo. I'm not sure how that pans out with regards to the viral timeline. I know there was a lot of people saying that they had symptoms before Crimbo, but I don't believe that was COVID. And the reason why I say it is, if that was the case, our deaths would have gone up a lot sooner. You know what I mean? A lot sooner. If it was that in the wild back then. Odin, having an Easter egg Zoom party. A drunk at Easter Zoom party. We'll join you tomorrow again. You go have a bloody good time, Odin. Have a good one, mate. I like that, the idea that people are having drunk parties over vid conferences. Yeah, just shows it. You know, I've always said you lot, you're a sensible bunch of people, and I've always said that. Did a ONS state that the number of the dead is only hospital and not counting residential homes, which means it's probably about 10% higher. Yeah, that would make sense. Also, we've got the prison system as well, and I know it is tearing through the prison system. This group and this time is important because it's a safe space for all of us to vent with good folks. Realised after a very long day at work yesterday that smart, polite, good people are actually staying at home unless going to work. Yeah. Do you know what? For me, it's a real support. I live in it. I mean, I've heard police sirens, over the last hour because they're having to they're having to deal with the numpties in the area. I mean, I saw two bagheads having a bloody argument earlier when I was having and they're wandering around and they're wandering up to people. Yeah, bagheads is a local term for someone who might buy a bag of something. Yeah, but two of them completely, you can see the horrendous state of them. Both of them, I'd probably say in their 30s, looking like they were 50. Yeah, and literally they're having this argument. The bloke wanted to be her friend, so I'm assuming she's got money or something. Yeah, and she didn't want anything to do with him. So she's going up to people and telling them, can you get him away from me? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. Mel, what do you have for post-apocalyptic terrain? I'm writing some stuff for This Is Not a Test, and I'd love some more inspiration. I did some early post-apocalypse. If you sort of, if you want to have a nose at that, go and have a look at in the projects list. Have a look at what did we call it? Guys, give me a second for Mel the Cripple to move. Right, let's see how I'm doing. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Oh. Where is it? Come here. Ow. Oh, that's it. Oh. Oh. Still got weakness on my right side, right quad, so it's L3. Handy being a physio, isn't it? Right, Turf War Z. I did a project for it, so we did those buildings. I did those. Yeah, I don't know if that's useful. There are a number of tutorials for it. I think the tutorials are in the Buildings and Ruins playlist, but the overall project is in the projects list, and it's called Turf War Z, or TWZ. Yeah, in fact, I think that was one of the buildings. Well, that was one of the buildings we did for it. Was it? I think this is the one I kept. I kept one of them as a test piece when I was starting off. So this is my test piece. Yeah, but there's loads of stuff you can pick up from that. That was a good project. That was a really good project. Turf War Z. Yeah. Only bit of graffiti I've ever done. There you go. Come on, boys, get it right. There you go. Oh, right. It was a good build, that one, to be perfectly honest. I did like that. Where's the yellow building? I can't see it. I know it's in here. Too many pages. Look at the pavement work. Yeah. All done on foam board. The standard foam board. Oh my god, you see that in the back? MB for KB. That's a blast from the past, isn't it? Melbos for Kerry Bose. I was doing my own graffiti back then. Trying to find the yellow building because I really like that, or the factory. But they've gone for the book. They went mainly for the buildings. I'm not going to keep flicking through. Z juice. Right, yeah. Oh, that way. It's weird because... There we go. Right. Oh, come on, Bose. You can do this. Right. How are you going to do this? It's weird. My webcam's in a weird position, actually. That's weird as hell. We'll work with it. But no, watch it. Apocalyptic Train is in there, mate. Right. Oh, have we lost our YouTubers chat? Let's pull them up. Yeah, it looks like they're Restream and YouTube are falling out like they usually do. Round about this time. Facebookers and Twitchers, you have the on-screen chat. Go have it. It is your time to shine. Webcam keeps moving, does it? No, what you call it? It's kind of weird. I've got it lined up straight on me, but my monitor's tilted slightly. I need to reposition the monitors and actually move. It's because I've got another monitor here. Yeah, and I really need this monitor just over here and this one tilted slightly. No, YouTubers are still here. Yes. The road was good. Also, the sandpaper effect. Yeah, that worked well. Sure, it's a webcam's problem. Sure. Oh, stop it. I'm not that medicated yet. Don't think we need a whole new Teddy like Pammy just for tech issues. No, we don't need. Although I do have a new... No, do I? Don't I? No, I'm not getting back up. I'll introduce you my new Watchlet soft toy. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, it's actually Willow's. I saw it at I saw it at the pharmacy when I picked up my meds. A lot of British pharmacies also carry like present goods and stuff like that. They're a bit of it's a weird collection of hair products and also, but I saw it and it was good. Pammy with bionics for tech issues. Well, no, tech issues, we're doing rather good at the minute. I'm not sure whether we should change the funding thing for a gaming chair, but I'm not in any rush to sort that right now. Yeah. So, I have heard in the UK we could be doing a staggered release. Yeah, that's all I've heard. They have made it official that it's definitely going on for another week. Yeah. So, yeah, we're definitely at this for another week, aren't we? Yeah. And there's... I think, I think it's just going to be Groundhog for weeks. Yeah, to be perfectly honest. Kelly, calm down. You could replace webcam with a Panda Nanny cam. What? Nova Scotia is in lockdown until June. That's where it is in the States. Yeah, Now, our government, I just wish they'd come out and be honest. They're doing the vague. They're doing the vague thing. We're assessing it on the data. Look, you've got the models. You know, all your scientific advisors are saying end of May, June. Just be honest with the British people so they can cope with it. Don't drag it out, because what you're doing is, by saying we'll review it next week, is you're making people hope that they're going to get back to normal. And they need honest answers. They need to be told honestly, look, we're going to be keeping you in your houses for the next X amount of weeks because we need to. What would Mel need hair products for? I didn't say I need hair products. I just simply said, UK pharmacies sell them. Okay? They do not know. They have never been through it before. They have no idea. If they open up things within a week, watch the next spike. We need to see how places that have locked down for months handle it. Yeah, and the scientists are all saying that, Kat, in the UK. All the government advisors are being quite clear. If we release early, there's no point of doing it in the first place. It will have all been for a waste. And so, but I just wish the government would be honest, with the fact of how long our lockdown is going on, because clearly they know, because their scientific advisors standing next to the ministers in the daily briefings are saying it. Indefinite lockdown would be a better advice. New World Order. UK politics means waiting for Boris to get out so he can say it and everyone blame him. Yeah, I do genuinely believe that. I believe that's, I believe Rab doesn't want to be the one to say we're in lockdown. And I think, to be truthful, it'll harm Rab politically. In situations like this, I mean, I don't know US politics, but I do watch a bit of the US stuff, because obviously YouTube, Patreon, half of my subscribers are in the US. So, and loads of my mates are. So I'm heavily invested in the US. Both personal and business and all that sort of stuff. And also the US is our closest partner to Britain. With every other country, we're closer to the US than any other nation. So, and with Brexit and all those sort of things, I do watch US politics and what's going on. And I've got to say, I don't know about the guy beyond his press briefings, but that Kumo guy, I've got a lot of respect for him for being the one who says the hard facts. I've got, as a medic, I've got a lot of respect for that, a lot. And I just wish, that our politicians would step up and just, right, here are the facts on the ground. But the politician says that there will be an early lockdown and won't be re-elected. You see, insane. I don't think that's true. I think if you get a politician who doesn't dodge it and does give you the hard facts and explains why, and the Brits respect that. What we don't like is politicians playing games. And that's what it feels like right now. Propranolol really works well as a relaxant, anti-lysotic, plus available over the counter. Propranolol isn't available over the counter in the UK. It's prescription. I know it because I've had it in the past. Here in the US, those who are saying it could be quite a while are being fired and forbidden to speak to press. That's... Ultark saying we don't have a lockdown here in Sweden. And I was talking to my brother about this, and he's spoken to a couple of his Swede mates, because he does a lot of skiing, my brother does. So he knows a load of ski instructors, and he says it's crazy. My company in Cheshire is saying starts of September we'll be back. I live with my parents. That skipped, and Dad's 40, so I won't be surprised if it's a year and a half away for me. Do you know what? I've heard from a few... Stoke, one of the things where after the pottery collapsed, the major businesses that moved into Stoke were distribution, food, supermarket distribution. There's a load. I mean, that's the bulk of our work in Stoke working in distribution, and it's because Stoke, the land in Stoke is cheaper than Manchester, Birmingham, and places like that. There's lots of it around Stoke for building big warehouses, but also we're connected to everywhere. M6 up and down. You can get over to Derby and Notts. You can get over to North Wales, to Cheshire, to Chester. So we're a good place for distribution hubs. Yeah, and I've got loads of of mates who work in distribution, and that sort of stuff, and supermarkets and various jobs, and lots of September seems to be going round quite a bit. Yeah, I've heard September from a few people, so I'm wondering if the DTI have put out, Department of Trade and Industry, have put out like a high-level brief to say realistically we're expecting the economy to properly kick back in September. Perhaps what they're looking at is, we're going to be locked down over into the school summer holidays. Yeah. Childcare is going to be an issue over the summer holidays, so let's restart the country when the kids go back to school in September. Could be that. Don't know, don't have the Cuomo would definitely not get elected. I live in New York. Really? Governor Cuomo of New York, and probably could run for emperor right now. Also, our brother is a very respected news person and is ill, right? Did you hear about the white supremacists who were killed in the US trying to bomb one of the hospitals treating COVID-19 patients? You see, the worry is, when you put this sort of strain, I mean, we've fed so much fake news and bullshit, to people with mental health issues, and we've wound them up over politics and Brexit. And I mean, in the UK, we've got people burning down 5G masts left, right, and centre because for some reason they're spreading the virus. I live slap bang in the middle of these muppets. Polish company waiting on some Kickstarter Rampart stuff has moved into making PPA, which I'm happy with them doing. Army Painter are doing sterilising. I think at this moment of crisis, there's a lot that I've got to say. Because we have 3D printers in our hobby, all my feed is guys 3D printing, like those straps for the back of the headbands. I've seen Warren's doing it, and Warren over on Tabletop, they've got all their 3D printers, and they've got a room full of them. They've got a few. I think they've got about 4 or 5 now. But they're knocking them out, and they're like literally delivering them to the care homes and that sort of stuff. And I love that. And I've spoken to a few other people in gaming communities and that sort of stuff. And our sort of communities are really stepping up, you know what I mean, in this. And it's something I'm proud of. Hey up, Jace. The 5G mass burning was radiation sickness covered up with COVID-19, apparently. Sorry, Mel, the UK doesn't have them to themselves. We also have 5G. Is the virus. The Earth is flat. Gravity doesn't exist. Windmills cause cancer, and now we're going to mine the moon. I actually did. Was that legit? In the middle of this crisis, he's done an executive order to mine the moon for minerals. What will you be building? I don't even know, mate. To be truthful, right now I'm just very happy I'm not in pain. So we're talking. We're going to keep going, and we're just going to accept that this is a Mel sick day. I know, Mel, world's gone mad outside. It has. He said it on live TV. What? That wasn't part of the press briefing, was it? Why not? Why not build, or why not because I'm on medication. And so I don't want to be messing with things like blades while I'm giggly. And the medication, I shouldn't be handling blades or anything sharp or driving or anything like that. Yeah. And I'm doing it sensibly, folks. Yeah, I'm sure you would all love me to get stuck in and building, but we do have to be sensible, and I do have to set an example. I do have to set an example. Jesus Christ, if I'm the example. Oh, okay. Right, let's have some pain. Take away the giggles. I've lost my slipper as well. It's not good. It's not good. It's falling off my feet and I can't stretch to reach it. I hope you recover fast. I will. To be perfectly honest, I'll be fine by tomorrow. I will be fine by tomorrow. Now, we're 45 minutes into my, I think it's an 8-hour spread of medication, so I reckon it's really starting to grip. Go home then, boy. Oh, I can talk, we can chat, and even if we just chat for another, a little while, the important thing, is even though I'm not being productive on terrain and that sort of stuff, I am pottering around, I am doing stuff, I am trying to keep myself busy, but above all, I really want to make sure I connect with you guys regularly, even if I get so ill that I can only do a 10-minute show. Yeah, I want to be here for you guys every night, so I can just so you don't turn up and I'm not here. Yeah, technical problems, no matter what. One night we might have to do it off my phone with no chat or whatever, but yeah, what I want to do is make sure that I'm here every night, at least through the lockdown. If I'm locked down in this house, then I can be here for you. Now, how productive I can be, I don't know. Maybe I've had COVID, maybe I'll end up catching it. Yeah, and I might need a couple of days off if it hits me hard, that sort of stuff. I don't know. We'll take that as we go. But my back is in pain, but it's a lot better than last night. And if I can do an hour last night in that sort of pain, we can talk tonight and then we can pick up the terrain tomorrow. Okay? Stop taking the piss out of my watchgullet. Orksy's saying these live shows are really keeping me going. I know, Orksy, and it's one of the reasons why I do it. I know a lot of you genuinely do sort of. Yeah. I know it's one of you why you guys not far from me and Birkenhead. Oh, Birkenhead's just up the road, Kelly. Responsible Mal. Wow, how long have I been gone? Indeed. Yeah, Orksies is saying these live shows are keeping me going. I'm aware that a lot of you guys are isolated, and you were isolated before. I spent a long enough talking to you guys to know what the crack is. Okay? Which is why, when we decided that, and I decided I was doing this, I was doing it for you guys as much as I was for me. Yeah, so, although I can't promise to be building every show, and I can't promise to be, in this, I don't know what state I'm going to be in, but I can promise that every night, at 8:30, I kick up the stuff and I will be doing my level damn best, to be here, even if just to talk some sense with you, you know what I mean, and just remind you that we're getting out of this. Jace, I feel you, Tam. We're all sad at not being able to celebrate Easter with the fam. First time we've ever had to do it without them all. Yeah, I was quite smart. I picked up my Easter eggs quite early on. And I did a strategic, social distance drop with the kids. Yeah, dropped Kerry an Easter egg off as well, because Kerry loves a chocolate. And and it's not fair sending chocolate into the house and not send it for Kerry. So I got a few Easter eggs and I've got one for myself. And I've got mini eggs somewhere. I think I've left them in the kitchen. So I'll be tucking down on some mini eggs this Easter. See Alan's? Where's Alan's? Oh, I have a question, Mel. How do you paint burning embers on your terrain? As if I had a bonfire, wondering how to replicate. Okay, right, dead easy. What you're going to start off with, is you're going to start off with orange, and you're going to paint. You're going to paint orange, okay, And you can do a little bit of stippling on it to get a little bit of variation. You know, add a little yellow to it, give it a little bit more glow, but not too much glow. Embers have a very solid colour. After that, what you're going to do is you're going to dry brush it, yeah, with black, with just a touch of brown in, dark brown, just a touch, like 10 black to 1 brown, okay? Or maybe 5 black to 1 brown, but round about that ratio, you know what I mean? Yeah, and you're going to dry brush it. Then you're going to dry brush it with even lighter with a little bit of grey, and then you're going to do a tiny little bit of dry brush with just off white. You know, just add a touch of grey to your white and just knock it back so it's not shining. And what you'll get then is, looking down on it once you've built your layers up, yeah, what you'll get is you'll get the look of the glow, yeah, deep down inside and showing through the recessed gaps. Most of it will look like the dark charred wood, and then at the very exposed ends you'll get the sort of, oh, what's it bloody called? I've forgotten the word. Guys, when you stick a stick in a fire and the ash, you'll get the white ashy bits, okay? So that's how I do mine, and it comes out quite nice. Yeah, have a few practice goes, because the trick to getting it right is getting the balance between the orange glow, the desaturated black, yeah, and then the touch of the grey white. Yeah, people are throwing ash in, that's it. Kelly's saying, I have 0 Easter eggs this year. I'm 36 and I'm absolutely livid. Email me your address. I'll stick you a Cadbury's cream egg in the post, mate. I understand that pain. No one's bought me any Easter eggs. Didn't you mention you'd consider painting paintings? I do hope so. Yes, actually, I've been looking at hobbies and things to do that aren't terrain for once I'm caught up and that sort of stuff. And I am thinking about about actually getting into painting. Birkenhead, pal. I could probably throw it. Ghetto's not got plenty. Don't know that. Swedish government recommendation about staying at home and self-isolating is to be understood as non-enforced voluntary lockdown. However, the ghettos don't get it because of bad communication. There's what you call it. To be truthful, we have the same here, and then that's with an official lockdown. I live in in the middle of a rough area, and a lot of people do, and a lot of people are being sensible. I don't want to tarnish the entire area with a bad brush, because a lot of people are being sensible. But unfortunately, it's also the area where we are getting the real elements of people who either aren't sensible or just don't give a. And that annoys me. Some red light dry brush on object lights helps cast a glow effect. You've got to be really careful, Paul, with object source lighting from fires. Yeah, if you think about campfires and stuff like that, yeah, the glow is very little. So don't overdo it. Keep it really subtle. You know what I mean? Naomi at Sword and Steel paints pictures as well, and recently did a video about it. I've never painted a picture. I've never painted a picture in my life. Yeah, and so I'd like to. There's a few pictures I'd like for this house. You know, I've bought a few pieces of art, and I like art on my walls. I like colour on my walls. Yeah. But yeah, I think I would like to get into painting. So, will we see a Mel with a Bob Ross Afro style wig holding his happy little tree? It'll be a happy little palm tree. And yes, if I get into painting, I will do one video. Just one. Yeah, but I'll do one time-lapse video once I've had a go at it, and I'll put a Bob Ross wig on it, and we'll do it as a joke one. And I will do that for shits and giggles. Did anyone see Eastern Norway pics? They solved isolation. Super snowstorm, and the houses are nearly covered. I do love my California weather. Even the rain is warm. Mel, perhaps we can recommend a guy for you to talk to about painting. His name is Fred Phillips. No, I've been talking to Fred quite a lot. How is Fred and the family? Fred's very well. I spoke to Pat probably about 2 days ago by Messenger. Yeah. First off, yeah, obviously Fred, and Pat because of their age. And also they do have a few lung conditions. You know what I mean? Yeah, and so, but Fred is an artist, yeah, and he's a bit of a dippy one, a bit like me. Pat is uber sensible, yeah, she's worked, I think she's a nurse by trade, yeah, she's retired, but I think she's a nurse, yeah, because she's well on the ball, yeah, and so I know they are well looked after. I was speaking to them about shopping and that sort of stuff, and I know they're in the shielded group, which means in the UK, the state has taken responsibility to be their carers. Okay, and what that means is the state organises that, if they need their medications, they're brought to them. They don't leave the house. If they need shopping, yeah, they're on a special list that the supermarkets have to deliver for. Yeah. So the group's called Shielded in the UK, yeah, which is basically our really at high risk people, and they've just been put in the Shielded group. Now they're okay because Fred and Pat for a long time have worked from home. Yeah, Fred's had a studio in his home for a long time before he moved into the studios at Akava. And so Fred's just treating this as he's got a commission to paint. And he never left the house when he had a commission painter before, so it's perfectly normal. And Pat's just cracking on with what they do, yeah, when Fred's got a commission to paint. So for them, I think actually that they're doing all right, and I am in contact. And she was posting, and in fact, I replied to a comment on Facebook from her about just before the show. So Fred and Pat, they're okay, they're well, you know what I mean? Oh, right. Wow, art. Yes, I love art. That's me. Still can't get a delivery though. Keep soldiering on, Cal, and keep badgering the local authority. I mean, well, the one thing I will say is this is unprecedented, and there's a lot of good people doing the best they can to put in systems to get things to work, but no one was expecting this, and there's a lot of work going on to make this work. But yeah, Fred and Pat, I am keeping in touch with them. Oh, Shambles, thank you, dude. Yeah, that's £5 towards the gaming chair. In fact, no, we're raising for wireless mics now, aren't we? We were at right. We're on 115 for the wireless mics. Mel, you look in pain, buddy. I am in pain, to be truthful, but I'm not nowhere near as in pain. The problem is, after about an hour, yeah, the sciatica starts kicking in. Yeah, so what Mel's going to do is Mel's going to slowly stand up. See, the problem with getting stiff is it's the movement that hurts. Once you're moving, right, there we are. Right, so Mel's going to talk to you while he's standing up for a while. Oh, that was the Rode mic. Is it still working? Please tell me it's still working. Right. Do I still sound the same? We haven't broken anything. Oh. Yep, still working, thank God for that. You see, this is why I need an arm for it as well. That's on order. Oh. Yes, folks, standing up and moving around. Good choice, standing up. And I can actually talk to you like this. So, you need a helper monkey mouth. Yeah, normally it would be the Corbin. Yeah, the Corbin is the one that helps me in these sort of situations. Yeah. But obviously with this being, sounds clearer. Obviously with us being, what you call it, you know, in lockdown and that sort of thing, us taking extra care with the kids and me not seeing them, I don't have him here. I did actually wonder last night when I was in real pain of, right, you know, whether to message Kerry and say, look, I really could do with, you know, someone in the house because I'm struggling to get her up. You know, I'm struggling to get her off the sofa and I don't want to have a bath or something like that and not be able to get out of the bath, if you know what I mean. Which is, you know, it's the practicalities of these situations. But the diazepam is working and I'm hoping that, one might say the mic drop to a stand-up comedy. Oh, that's brutal. But I am hoping, guys, that... No, not right now. Oh, hey up. It is the head. Okay, right. Ah, nice music. Right. Oh. Right, I think, yeah, I'm going to be a sensible Mel. I am in a lot of pain, and will you be joining Pat Mocon this weekend? Yes, I will. I will give a shout out about Pat Mocon. If you don't know what Pat Mocon is, yeah, you can see it in the comments. Yeah, what you call it? It's basically it's an online convention done by Discord. Yeah, so there's loads of Discord rooms. All the manufacturers are sponsoring different rooms. There's all sorts. They're giving out releases on new products. Dave Taylor Miniatures, my mate Dave, he's sponsoring the what you call it, the what is it? The Entrepreneurs Alley room. Yeah, and I think he's in there with Joseph McCufflet, Frostgrave Joe. Yeah. And so I think what you call it. Yeah, I am going to be visiting, I am logging in, and I am going to be spending time and chatting with people. So if you've got nothing to do and you're locked in, there is a what you call it, there's a Discord comp and there's loads of people going, there's loads of YouTubers going. Yeah, so if you want to come and connect with loads of us over this weekend, yeah, Pat Mocon. PATMOCON. Go check it out. It's on Discord. Yeah. Pat Mocon is Painting All the Minis online convention. There you go. Check out Painting All the Minis. He's done a few short little like podcast episodes with people who are going explaining what they're going to be doing. Yeah, I really recommend it, guys. Right. One thing that taught me when I hurt my back several years ago was not to just stand up. Find a way to use your arms to pull yourself up. Yeah, Kat, I'm a physiotherapist. I know these. And I've had back problems. But yeah, I know. Yeah. Is your back better? I'm a lot better than yesterday, but I'll be honest with you guys, I am getting conscious that it's sitting in this chair that aggravates it. Yeah, and during this show, it has been it has been aggravated. So I am over an hour. I've committed to you guys. I've come on. I've talked to you. Yeah, but I think Mel needs to do a bit of self-care right now and look after my back. So I'm back building tomorrow. Yeah, because that's the priority. We've got to get me back building and get me back, what you call it. We've got to get me back to normal. So knowing and doing proper things are two different things. They are. So I'm going to do the different things. I'm going to call it. Yeah, so guys, you know how we end the show. If you've enjoyed this little ramble one, yeah, you know what you got to do. 10 taps, 4 for the hell, 4 for the... yeah, I'm that bad. Yeah, it's 4 for the hell, 1 for the space, 4 for the yeah, and another one to put a smile on my face. Fill the screen with hell yes, folks. Yeah, I will be back tomorrow. We will be in a better state tomorrow because I am improving. But guys, yeah, Mel's got to do a bit of self-care. Yeah, so I'll love you and leave you. See you later, but guys, all the best. Ta-ra.